Hi guys, welcome back to another craft with me video. I know that this isn't the normal up close and personal of my craft space, but I wanted to share kind of a little bit of a wider view because before we get into the project today, I did want to share with you this beautiful craft mat that the Glassboard Studio sent me. Now, if you remember a post that I sent out a couple weeks back, and it was their launch of this new, and it's called the Scrapbook craft mat, and it's still glass and it's still magnetic, but it's the newest, latest and greatest one. And this one measures 26 by 14, so this one's a little bit more narrow than the normal one that we normally have, but it is a lot wider, and this one fits perfectly, and it's on, on the measurement table here, two 12 by 12 sheets of scrapbook paper. And so you can see that it's all measured all around, and it's an absolute dream. I love the white of this one. Now, don't mind these are my lighting above me, but yeah, this is the coolest thing. Now, when it first launched, my discount code did increase to 20% off, but because I wasn't able, and I did post that day when the launch started, but right now, if you use my discount code, it'll give you 15% off your order. And I know that they're going to be having a sale soon, so I will keep you posted with that. But in the meantime, I just wanted to share this with you, wanted to get this on camera and share with you this beautiful craft mat. And yeah, I mean, it's absolutely super cool. It's got all these measurements here. It's got the grid and all of the angles and everything. So it's really, really cool. So we're going to work on this today. And okay, so let me go ahead and get set up so that we can work on our project. So give me a second. Okay, so we're just going to go ahead and get started. I am using a 12 by 12. I'm not going to call this a one-page wonder because we're going to be using the 12 by 12, and then we're going to be using a couple of the 6 by 6. So this is what we're going to make. And I already made this. I made it last night. I did mess up, but don't worry about that. But it's just going to be like a little booklet. And it's mainly, you can make it to where you can use it for like gift cards. I just put my Barnes and Nobles card in here just so that you can see that they will fit. And then I just put this down just so that it'll keep everything down, so when you close it, it's easier. But look at how cute. It's just going to be flipping up all of these little, I'm sure I made something similar, but I really like this one. And I thought that making this one, you can use this kind of like as a gift card holder. So we're going to make a grungy one, and then I will make a holiday one off camera. So in case you want to do, you can use it for birthdays, you can use it for the holidays, you can use it for graduation, put like little gift cards. And I just thought that that would be really cute, right? To put maybe like a $10 gift card in each one or something, you know what I mean? Like different little places that people like to eat, or Starbucks, stuff like that. But yeah, and then just a little pocket here for a little card or something if you wanted to add that in. But I do want to make a grungy one, and then I'll make the holiday one off camera. Or should I do the opposite? Should we make the holiday one first? Should we do that? I can make a holiday one. Let's do that. Let me switch out my paper. Okay, I finally chose my holiday paper that I wanted to use. This is one that I got. Isn't that beautiful? I think I'm going to use one of these images to decorate kind of around it. But I got this from Susan. Thank you so much, Susan. It's absolutely gorgeous. So I'm going to be using that, but I thought of using just a solid green for the cover. And then for the little pockets on the inside, I'm going to use this, and I got this from Michael's last year, and this is their vellum paper. And so I thought that it might be fun to use the vellum instead of regular craft paper. So we're going to go ahead and get started. This is not directional, so I'm just going to go ahead and cut this at 6 inches. Okay, I'm going to use that for maybe pockets on the inside later. But this is going to be 6 by 9 5/8. 9 5/8. And I will leave the measurements down below. Okay. And this could be used as for the little pocket on the inside. So there is our cover. I think I'm going to, let's go ahead and fold this in half. Trying to get it as close to the edge as possible here. Okay. So there is our cover. Is that the same? Yeah. Wanted to make sure that I did the same. And we're going to corner around these edges. Oh no, I like the bigger one. We're going to corner around with the bigger one better. So this is going to be our cover. And then we can start making the little pockets on the inside. And the pockets are 6 by 4. So let's see. I need how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. So we'll do that one. We'll do this one. 2. This will be pretty. 3. We'll do this one. 4. And maybe the green. Yeah, we'll do the green. 5. And these are all going to be cut at 6. It's going to be 6 by 4. So let's cut these down. And then again, keep your scraps. This is going to be so much fun. I was just kind of going through to see what I could find, like, you know, a simple little project. And right now, everybody's all in holiday mode. And so I thought, let's go ahead and do something festive this time. Okay, now I'm going to use this. Let me bring this down a little bit to see how this is going to go. Okay, so now I need to score it. Now I'm going to leave the score measurements as well. So I'm going to score at 5/8, at 3 1/8, and 5 5/8. Trying to keep it steady here. Okay, and I'll go ahead and do all of the other ones off camera. But if you can see my scores there, this is going to be the little flap part. So we'll fold that in. This is just to give me like a little bit of wiggle room to for the pockets. So let's put that down. And then this is our edge here. Okay. you can see, it's not going to go all the way to that edge. But this is going to be our little flap. So it's going to go like this. And so here we can do our punch. So I'll probably get out my, let's see. Should we do a one? Yeah, we'll do, this is the 1.5 inch punch. So because I want it to flip up like this, I'm going to punch it on this side because this is how it's going to lay down. So see that? I have my edge there. So I'm going to punch it right here in the middle. Okay. And then this is how it's going to go. Now this I'm going to glue down this way. So let's glue that down. So this we're going to glue out on the outer edge. We're not going to glue it shut on the inside, okay? So this is the outer edge, this is the inside. So we're doing the outer edge, and then we're going to glue here. And leaving this fold out, I'm going to press that down. And then it's going to go like this. And then we're going to just keep folding up. So let me do all of the other ones. Let me do one more for you. So again, at 5/8, 3 1/8, and 5 5/8. Okay, so one more. See my scores there? So this is going to go like this. This is going to go like this. This is going to go in here like this. Okay. And again, this is going to be flipping up like this. So I want this side to be where I punch. Okay. And again, here with it folded, we're doing this outer edge here. So we're going to glue this down. And then the bottom here. Leaving this flap open. There it is. Okay. So let me do the other ones and I'll be right back. Okay, now I have all of my little pockets ready. And I'm going to glue down. Now this is going to be the top. So your hole should always be on the right side. And this fold here should be on the top. So we're going to just do this. And let me kind of mark a little bit more where my center fold is. That didn't help at all, did it? I think I need a darker one. Excuse me. Okay. So this fold here, we're going to glue this outside so that we can still flip it up. Okay, I'm going to do it about here. Okay, so there's the first one. We're going to lift that up. There is that. And then let's do this one. And we're going to bring it right to this edge here. So again, that little flap here, I'm going to leave it folded. And I'm going to bring it up to this edge here. And then bring this up. And let's do maybe, we'll do this one. So again, this fold, bring this here. Okay. And then we can do maybe this one. Bringing that right to that edge, trying to line everything up. Excuse me. Telling you that cough is what's keeping me up at night. Darn it. And this one. Now you could add more, but because we're going to add the little flap, I do want to keep an edge here open so that we can keep everything else closed. But look how cute that looks. Fun, right? Now, I could use, let's see. I could use this to keep it closed. So what I would do is I would probably trim this down a little bit. And then, let me see. Let me see if I could just do a quick little trim here. Let's do it down here. Just a little bit. Okay. And I think the one that I used here was thinner, so I don't know. Should we keep it thin or thicker? I think I like the thinner look of it. So let me bring out my smaller trimmer. So sorry, guys. Let's make this about 1 inch or 1.5 inches. 1 1/4 inches. We'll do 1 1/4 inches. Yeah. 1 1/4 inches for the strip. Let me write that down before I forget. Strip, 1 1/4 inches. Okay. Now I am going to corner around these edges here. So we'll do the smaller. And I think, yeah, this will look cute here. So I think what I'm going to do is add double-sided tape to this part here. So let me mark where, up to where I'm going to put it. So let me put it there. And I'm just going to use double-sided tape, because I feel like if I use glue on this vellum, it's probably going to look bad. So let's do a couple strips here. I can always trim it, but we'll do it about here. Let's trim this off. Let's take this off and then put this on top, about here. I'm going to put it up to the edge. Trim this off. Okay. Take this off. And then we can put this here, but let me try to see if I can center this so that it doesn't look too wonky here. I think about here is okay. Yeah, that'll look much better than trying to put the glue and then it'll show like the little streaks. See that? That's what would show. So by using double-sided tape, I think it's a lot better. And then here, I'll just use one of my little, I could use a smaller one. These are big. Those are the ones that I got from Dollar Tree, but I do have the invisible ones, which are these white ones. So we'll do the invisible one better. And again, I'll link everything down below. Let's do this one first. Put this one here. Either way, I think you're going to see it. And then put this one. Attach it to that, and then okay. Isn't that cute? I love that. Okay, now here we need to put a little pocket, so we can add one of these. We can add these, or should I do this one? Just to add a little pocket. Yeah, let's do this one. So we're going to cut that little hole off there. Yeah, so it's going to be about, gosh, I feel like that's too small. It's almost 2 inches. So we can make a little pocket. So let me mark here, I think about there. Make sure I could see that mark. Let's do it this way. And I think I'm going to round this corner here just so that it matches up. And this, I will just do one line of glue all around. Not all around, but the 3 sides to keep the top open. And that should be okay. Yeah. I think that is. And then we can actually use some of this. Should we keep with this one? This one's kind of cute, right? Let's bring this down to about 1 inch, maybe. Yeah. I think I'm going to keep this at 1 inch too. And then we'll round these corners, but just the tiniest one. And this will be our closure. But before we do that, I do want to add like a little image here. So I'm really liking her. Isn't she cute? Let's cut her out and then we'll even her out afterwards. So let's do that. Trying to get rid of these sticky pieces. Let's cut her out. I'm trying to be as precise as possible. Oh my gosh, but it's so cute. You can make a bunch of these, and let me corner around this and make a bunch of little cute little gifts. Let me trim this off a little bit. I'll probably ink around it. So I'm going to use just the smallest little corner punch here. Okay, so this is going like this. And then we can put this here. Actually, I think I might have a piece of, excuse me. I thought I had a piece of the gold. Oh no, but it's not thick enough. Let me get another piece here. I think it'd be cute to put like a little gold background just to kind of center that. You know what I mean? I just think it'd be really cute. So let's do it this way. So like that I could cut it on my cutter. This is the Tim Holtz glitter paper. So let's do it like this and do it about here and about here. Just kind of guesstimating. So we're going to cut that and then here. And then again, corner round to match. And then we can put this right on top, right? Just looks better. So let's glue this down. Trying to make sure I get this somewhat centered here. That looks close enough. Okay. She is adorable, isn't she? And then put her right on top. Oh my gosh. Loving this. So let's glue her. Whoops. I am so sorry. All of this coughing. And I think that's about good. Making sure that I'm doing it on the right side. Oh man, that's adorable. And then we can add this. Gosh, do we want to? Maybe we can add the closure to be just a tiny bit smaller. Just not to cover that because I think it's so cute. So we could do it like this. Maybe cut this here. We'll corner around this. Oops. I think I did that right. And since I already have my fold here, I'm going to put just one strip of the double-sided tape. We'll put it just right here in the middle. Otherwise, if you're going to use craft paper, I would just use, yeah, I was going to say, I think I did this wrong, but we'll do it here. Press that down, and then we can do another one of our little clear ones. Let's do this here. I love these little things. Okay. There, my friends, is it. Look at that. And then we have this, and then you can add a little, or you can put little tags in it. You know what I mean? It's like whatever you choose. You can add gift cards in here. Let me show you. Just to put a little gift card in each one. Put a little card here. But there it is. Oh, I'm loving it. So cute. Okay, that is it, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, all that jazz. And I will see you guys next week with more videos. So until then, have a great weekend and have a great day. Bye, guys.